this thing off. Oh wait, I gotta turn on the speech thing. How do I turn off the speech thing? Did the speech come off? Let's check. Did I turn this? I did turn this off, so now I gotta try it again.
Speech off.
There we go. Now let's turn this keyboard off. I gotta find my headphones. Here they are. Hey Siri, open the YouTube.
President Trump says a whole civilization will die tonight if Iran doesn't open Hormuz 52 seconds. We are Iowa Local 5 News 6.5 thousand views to app. Iran live updates. Trump threatens a whole civilization will die tonight as subscriptions. Okay. Tab 4 and 5.
Let me go ahead and turn my headphones on. Hey Siri, what time is it? Hey Siri, what time is it? Hey Siri, what time is it? I don't understand. No, my headphones ain't out here tripping, are they? Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead. 5 of 5. And where's my... No, not this. Where's my sweater, my jacket, something? Okay. Because I'm wearing a skirt, you guys. So this ain't that type of show. This ain't that type of live. Hey Siri, open... Oh wait, I'm right on YouTube. So I just gotta go. Gotta go right now. Why does it sound so low? It's kind of... Oh my gosh. I hate when things mess up. I'm not that patient of a person. I'm really not. Hey Siri, open YouTube. Everything going on. If ain't one thing, then it's another. You gotta keep the glass half full though, because sometimes I be having to have empty, probably 3/4 empty. Matter of fact, probably almost empty. Like, is my shirt inside out for real? I think it is. See, this is what it's like being blind. Hold on, hold on. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm even live, and then I'm gonna have to go fix my shirt off camera, obviously. I already established this ain't that type of live. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, why does it... Okay, you know what? Like, the layout switches up every single time. I don't know what's going on. Like, YouTube, get it together. Get it together. Do you want the button over here or you want the button over there? Because I can't keep playing this game with you. Alright, let me go find my live. Go back to China? What was that? This is playing with me. First of all, let's get the speaking rate up. Because this speaking way too slow. Okay. Where is my live? Like, why is it doing this? Okay, there we go. Did I make it? Okay, I think I made it. But why is the volume low? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. Okay. No, thank you. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Thank you. Hi. I'm just coming out here to chit chat a little bit. I'm just on here on this live chatting with you. I'm about to go, because my shirt is inside out. I'm about to fix that real quick. And then I'm going to be right back. Because I don't like that. Oh my gosh. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Woo, woo. Got that. Feel a little better now. Okay, now I just gotta find my way back. Gotta find my way back to you, baby. I messed with that tripod just now. Ah, okay, 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 okay. All right, I think I'm in camera. Am I in the camera, you guys? All right. Now let me go ahead and grab this again. See if I got any comments or even anybody in here watching me like a creeper. Creeper with a sneaker. With a sneaker. A creeper with a. All right, let's see. Better now. I fixed my shirt. It's right side out now. I'm just checking to see if I got any comments. I gotta listen for it. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. Am I a student? Is that what you asked? I'm not a student, but I thank you for thinking that. A student like what? In school, like in high school or like in college? Cause I'm not a baby. I'm not a baby. I'm a little older, you know. Some people like think I look much younger than I actually am. I don't know. Now that I'm blind, so I don't know how old I look to people. People think I'm like much younger than I actually am, and since going blind, I don't know if blindness stressed me out and aged me or not. Cause you know the stress be Asian people. I'm just trying to see if there's any comments. Sometimes the comments be messing up, and I don't really actually hear them. But I appreciate you guys for joining. I just want to come on here and chitty chat with you guys. Tell you guys what I'm doing lately, what I'm up to. I am currently going on a cleanse, a fast. Oh, because I can use one. I'm not really looking forward to it. I don't. Yesterday I had a headache all day. Today I don't really have much of a headache. I'm going to be doing I'm trying to make sure I drink a gallon of water with some lime in it. Not lemon, lime. Key lime in it. Really hydrate. Stay all hydrated and all those things. I think it's that. Hi. Did I say John? I think it's a John. I gotta rely on. Let me go ahead and like slow down the rate of this so I can hear the names better. Hi, hi, hi. Go ahead and say hi and where you're from in the comments. Like, don't be shy and say hi. I just gotta just fix my skirt. Oh, oh. All right, but okay. So yeah, that's what I got going on right now, doing live. Also, I did a poll for you guys, asking you guys, would you prefer, what type of live do you prefer? You do my gun talk or my faith, writing, or just I just randomly speak about whatever I feel like speaking about. And you guys did not want to watch me write my story, write my novel, so that's okay. I won't do any live doing my writing, but or I'll probably do that less because I do like doing my writing on live or whatever because it helps me like really stay productive in doing it. So, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a whole other YouTube that's dedicated to my writing. So anyone wants to watch any of that or interested in how I'm writing my books or my novels and how I'm able to do that as a deaf-blind woman and follow my journey in becoming a self-published author, you can go ahead and join that channel. I am in the process of making it. I'm trying to think of it right now. The work title of, well, the working name of that YouTube channel is called Writing in the Dark, which I leave it at that, but who knows? So I'm just getting that together, and then I'm just gonna do right now since it's a brand new channel. I can't do lives on there, but I'm gonna post videos of my writing process and that journey that you can see from ground zero to where I become self published and to stay on that track. I'm determined. I'm determined. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it, and with you guys watching me, y'all gonna watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Ow! Let me see if I got any comments so I don't be out here neglecting people. You know I don't want to neglect you guys. Hi Mateo. Hi Mateo. Thank you, Mateo. You're so sweet. Yeah, you're from everywhere. I remember you're from everywhere, Mateo. I actually, Mateo, I had a question for you because I remember, I believe it was you who said that you can't see in your mind's eye, even though you can see. I was curious, when you dream, do you have images when you dream as well, um, or not? I'm curious to how if that affects your dreaming. I I'm curious about the correlation with that. I know a lot of blind people that can't see and probably never was able to see that were probably born blind or have vision issues growing up. They when they dream, they just see or they don't see, they don't imagine things. They just how they experience life in real life. So their senses are extremely vivid in their dreams, so they smell, touch, taste, and hear things in their dreams, but they don't see. So I'm curious if you can see in your dreams or not. I'm just really curious about that. I was thinking about that. I wanted to ask you in my last live, but I don't think you showed up in my last live, so I didn't get the chance. Check on my comments. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to check the comments. You said, "Do you, boo?" Thank you. It says Ollie, hi, thank you. God loves you too. Thank you. What did I say to say? Wendy? Wyndon? I'm trying to, like, I wish I could read your name so I won't be, like, butchering them so bad because voiceover butchers. Thank you. As CD Valestris, you asking me to tell me something? Go ahead. Okay, so you can. So I was just curious. So you just in real time you can imagine. Okay, that's interesting. No, thank you for sharing. Did you say what's a black person? Did I mention a black person or something? Hi Justin, how are you? How are you doing today? Oh, I appreciate you. Did it say CD? CV? If I'm saying you guys' name wrong, just leave a comment, like what your name is or what I call you, and then I can try to make it out. Cause your usernames, voiceover is not really speaking it to me that well. 360. 360 what? Hi Jay. Did I say JJ? I don't have a Snapchat. I only have YouTube. I don't have any social media. Well, I had a TikTok, but I don't use TikTok. Is not voiceover friendly. It's not accessibility. It's just I hate TikTok. I tried, but after I went blind, I can't use TikTok anymore. Cannot. It doesn't work for me. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to get your comment. Oh, I did say black person. What was I using in the context of? Thank you. Did they say boobless? Is that your username? Boobless? What did I use black person in the context of? What was I referring to? I don't even remember. I didn't even know I said it. But a black person, I'm a black person. So may say African American, but black person refers to pretty much, in my understanding of how people use it these days, just referring to anyone of a darker skin tone. Okay, I think I went through all the comments. I think I went through all the comments. I'm not really sure, but I appreciate you guys' comments, compliments so much. You guys are just too sweet, way too kind, honestly. I don't deserve the kindness. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I sometimes I get a little silent because I'm trying to hear it. Mm. Hi, did I say Samani? Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Hi, Samani. How are you doing today? Samani? 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 Let me see if I can get to the characters so I can see. Z A M A N I. Zamani? Is that how you say your name? Zamani, am I saying that right? Hopefully I said your name right. Hopefully I said your name right. But um, but yeah, I would really. Oh my gosh, I always talk about every time I come on live. I get so like I just want like music. Like YouTube needs to stop playing and put where you can play music. Maybe like a karaoke. They need to get some license for people to be able to listen to music on live and have a little party because Even though I can't sing, I keep telling you I can't sing, but I be out there singing. I want to sing too. Like music just make everything so much better. For sure. Like I'm not gonna say I don't do anything without listening to music. Before I went blind, I listened to music a lot more. Before I was blind, now that I'm blind, I have to be more focused on my hearing, so I don't listen to music as much as I used to. But when I would clean, when I would cook, when I would write, when I would draw, I like to put me in that mood, real nice. I always listen to some music. Do you guys have a favorite song? A favorite? I listen to a lot of like love music or R&B type. My I think the song yesterday I just realized there's a song that I don't think I get tired of. Like if I hear it wherever, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna sing it. If you guys know, what is it called? Why can't I think of it right now? It's called "For You" by Kenny Lattimore. "For You" by Kenny Lattimore. That's my song. Like they don't make music like that anymore. And "You" by Jesse Powell. And just about any song from Boys to Men or or Drew Hill or just a lot of those older songs. I'm a huge fan. But Kenny Lattimore, "For You," I'm always gonna stop and sing it. I'm gonna be like, hold on, that's my song. That's my song. Let me sing it. What's my favorite part of that? Hi Tiffany. See, that's a name I can sing. Let me say. Oh, I'm glad to hear you're good. Where are you guys from? And did I say your name right, Zamania? I hope I did. But Tiffany, your name is the only one that voiceover pronounced right, and I think it's pronouncing it right. I think it's pronouncing it right. I don't know how it's spelled, but that's how the voiceover is presenting you to me. That's how it's saying your name. Let me unplug my iPad. It's charging, but my cord is in my way. The cord is in my way. But but yeah. So what songs do you guys like? What type of music do you listen to? I'm an oldies type of person, type of girl. There's not a lot of music I listen to these days. Like if there's like your favorite artist that's like new on the scene or like within the past few years, go ahead and let me know, and I'll probably give it a try. I'll try and see what it's like, or even some nice little gospel type music, or you know songs that sing about God. Like I really like some of those. I was really shocked and surprised to find out that one song that I shared in my post previously. What song is it? It's called "Big Ole God" by Zania Monet. I was surprised to find out that was AI. My niece came busting in, like, "You're listening to that AI, girl?" I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" I didn't know. My sister, she was like, "You can tell when it's an AI song." I was like, "Really?" I couldn't because my hearing is depleted, so I couldn't really hear those. But I really liked the song, so I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, like because a part of like music and writing songs and books um, and drawing, all that creative expression and stuff, part of that you listen to and you like it because it's like you can relate to it, and not only can you relate to it, you can relate to the person, like to know that there's someone else that felt the same way you felt, or is seeing the same way you like went through the same thing you went through, or the emotions you went, that they understand there's another human being that understands that you're not the only one. And then when you find out it's just AI, like I understand that there was probably a person behind that helped it or something like that, but like just I don't. It's not the same. Like I couldn't listen to it anymore after that. Even though I liked it so much, I couldn't. I couldn't rock with it. Like part of the thing is that you're relating to another person, that you're not alone or anything like that. And AI kind of takes away that experience. Glad I was saying your name right, Zamani. Oh, did I say black people? Did I say black people? I meant blind people. I tried to say blind. I thought I said blind. In my mind, I said blind. Blind people. Maybe it came out as black because I know when I said blind, I think I was tripping up a little bit. But I was trying to say blind. My bad. Blind people, not black people. Okay, Never. But either way, I guess I look nice further away. A compliment is a compliment, even if it's backhanded. I accept it. Even though you're all human, there's still a difference between each of you. I don't. When people are like, oh, colorblind, I don't ignore the differences of people. Even though they're different, it's not. It doesn't make anyone better than the other. It's just there's a different origin, a different family, different, however, different race. We're all human, but and then some people want to take it because you're different and twist it, just like anything good, anything they can make it turn into something bad. Being black, being white, being all those things doesn't mean you're bad. It's just a part of who you are, your identity, what you look like, whatever. Your culture, where you come from. You're from South Africa. I'm from America. Hold on, I'm trying to hear the comments. We're all creations of God. I won't say we're all descendants of Abraham, but we're definitely all creations of God. That's for sure. The Most High God. South Africa. I've never been outside of the country. I've only been to a select state in the U.S. I don't really travel too much. Do you travel? Have you been outside of South Africa? Or do you travel a lot, or is that where you are right now in South Africa, or are you just from South Africa? Hold on, I'm trying to catch up on any comments. Elon Musk is South African. Why does it say it like a question? I don't know where Elon Musk is from. I don't know what science is saying. Hold on. It keeps messing up. I don't know if the Elon Musk thing was a question. And the science one, I'm not really sure what science is out here telling people. Hold on. I think something happened. I know I didn't know they had. Yes, I am disabled. Are you telling someone I'm disabled? Did someone not know I was disabled? Oh, you said I'm not even close to it. Well, I guess in the physical sense, You're right. I shouldn't be, claiming that. Yeah, my eyes don't work the way they used to. I think I'm missing some comments here. I'm not. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, what is that comment even for though? Like, was yeah? I'm like, what was I'm trying to see if I'm missing some comment. What was the pointing out I was disabled thing for? I am blind physically and deaf physically. In case you couldn't tell, but that's okay. Thank you, Mateo. Yeah, I appreciate you for believing in me so hardcore. You're amazing. I appreciate you. I had my that was my first. Oops, hold on. I actually started something. Hold on. I think I messed something up. Hold on. I think I messed something up. Hold on. I gotta fix it. I think I met. But like I was saying beforehand, I'm trying to figure out how to get back to my thing. But oh, I'm almost there. Okay. But what was I saying? Oh, it's like I have my first. What do you call them? Is it spammer? Not spammer. First troll. Oh, I have my first troll. I was waiting for them to come. That was, I think, it's my first one. I'm like, that's how you know you're making it. Like when you get yourself a troll. I don't. Oh, I'm not making anyone a liar. I'm not gonna make you a liar, Mateo. But yeah. Um. But yeah. I got my first troll. What does that say? What is that saying that they always say back in the haters make me haters make me famous? I'm like, oh, oh, and I oh. What about me though is things can kind of roll off my back. Like I can get hit, but I grew up with family members that was it wasn't so nice. Okay, that's all I can say. Me and my siblings, you gotta have a tough skin. Although I can be a little sensitive, depending on if you can hit me the right way. But um, I can let that go, especially if it's just like strangers and stuff like that, and they just like, okay, that don't really mean nothing. Oh gosh, I think I keep. Hold on. I think I keep acting always show love for people. That's all I can do. I live by the golden rule, or at least I try to live by the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. That's my main thing. Treat others how you want to be treated. Don't come in with no prejudices or anything like that. Sometimes you might come and deal with them, but for the most part, like I understand that everyone has their own story, their own journey, so I can't really be too like if you doing you, I gotta do me, and I can't be worried about what you got going on like that. Is as long as it's not like you out here affecting me, like trying to get me out of character. Sometimes I can get a little bit out of character sometimes if somebody, the right one, but cause I'm not gonna pretend like I'm out here just being great and amazing and just awesome all around. I still have my own faults and flaws, just like everybody else, just like the rest of us. I'm no better. I'm still learning. I'm still going through a process of refinement, I guess, and learning and about God and the truth about God. Not just what people say, not just the feel good stuff, but the real stuff, the real hard, nitty gritty things where it really hits you to the core. I like to be honest with myself, even if the truth hurts. So, um, and that's how I always try to be, like, just real transparent, real upfront about things. Not like with others, but with myself. Sometimes we lie to ourselves, and sometimes there's things I'll still be lying to myself, like, oh, I'm not like that, I don't do it. And then you go through something and you realize, oh, wait, I am like that, or I was just like them. It was easy to say something like, oh my God, do you believe so and so did this or so and so is that? And then and you never been in that situation, and then it comes down to you, and you do a lot worse than that person. So that's why I try not to be too judgmental, too whatever about anybody else what they're doing, because I really don't know. And if I never did it or never been through it, then I really don't have no opinion about it. I have nothing to say about anything. And about the people who, some people that are like in the media or whatever that maybe been about that life that you know. I don't know what ways to use unholy life or out here doing all kinds of things, this drinking, partying, smoking, all kinds of things, and then they switch up when they might have loved that life. They loved it so much until one day they realized, like they came to God, like realized God's truth and want to change that and go find God. And people judge them for wanting to change their lives and be better and follow God and stuff like that. And I'm like, why are you mad at them for doing all that? Like, I'm proud of them. Like, that's good for them. That's awesome. Like, why? And it'd be like not the people who are was also in that lifestyle that they were in. It'd be the people that are so called saying and this, that, and the third, and then when somebody's coming from a what they deem not so savory lifestyle, they're like, oh, look at them trying to be old and judging their past and stuff. Like that don't matter. However it took for them to get to wherever they need to go and get them to God. That's it. Look like it don't matter where they came from, it matters where they're going. And a lot of times they probably end up succeeding, like going past further than what you got, because they got a lot more experience, more knowledge coming from where they came from and stuff, where you don't even know, or they don't know. I'm not gonna say you, but where they don't even know what you had to go through and what God did for you and brought you through and stuff like that. And they feel like they got it all together and stuff, and they really don't. They're just lying to themselves. Whereas the person who came from that lifestyle, they're more aware of themselves and the truth than the so-called goody goody or whatever. So that's why I don't really. I'd be proud of those people. I'm like, yeah, good for you. That's great. Awesome. Okay, the money. I'm reaching all the way to South Africa. Hold on, I'm trying to see what other. Mm, true, true. Huh. Yeah, that's true. First, first have God first and everything. that you do and thing, and just watch your life transform, like for real, like just even the mindset, like people assume like, oh God, they can get some blessings when their version of blessings is money, houses, cars, lands, and that's not really the blessing. Like when you really go through and you really in it, you really start to see what the real blessings are. I'm not gonna tell you what the blessings are because that's for you to go ahead and find out. But I was able to see. I was like, oh, you seen it the wrong way. You're not seeing it through the right lenses. So when I went blind, I mentioned plenty times before that I am grateful for my blindness. I see my blindness as a blessing. That is a blessing to me. Now others like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Blind being blessed? Blindness is not a blessing. And if you're looking at a worldly sense, yeah, blindness doesn't seem like a blessing. It seems like a curse, and you're definitely gonna be crying a lot. But when you see it through a different, when my eyes were spiritually more open than after I went blind. Beforehand, I thought I was, but no. Mm-mm. After blindness, I realized how blind I really was. I say that I was blind long before my physical body caught up. It just took it a little time for my physical body to catch up to it. But my blindness and becoming blind goes a lot deeper than just the physical ability and stuff like that. So a lot of people be like, "Oh my gosh, I would die if I go blind." They talking about they were off themselves and stuff, and I thought I was not like, but I felt those emotions. But when you actually go through, you can really see how strong and how much you can actually stand. So let me see if I got a comment. Thank you, Zamani. I appreciate you, girl. Are you? Am I saying that right? 'Cause I assumed you were a girl. I don't really know. Yeah. Yeah, it is very important. I believe people to hear, like, I'm like, oh, like, go, like, y'all better come go here and get some of this God, some of the scriptures for real. Get some of this, like, it'll change you for real. And, a lot of us think that we already got it, that we already good. God's gonna show you that you ain't. Like, don't be lying to yourself. You think you're a nice person, you're not really a nice person. Let's really be real. Like, let's really look into that. Like, it don't really matter if you're nice to people. Oh, nice and sweet. Like, I'm like, oh, that was a good person. Do you really know if that person was good or not? Do you even know if you're good or not? Because ain't nobody good. Jesus didn't even claim to be good. Nobody's good but God, the Most High. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. So I just don't want. I just like to be real with myself and real with others too, and be careful with who people that I follow and stuff like that. 'Cause when you start to seek out for, your eyes start to open. You start to see the world for what it really is, what it truly is, and what people are really saying. It's amazing. It really is. I be marveling at it, and I'm gonna lie. I'm like, wow, how was I so blind to this before? How come I didn't see this before? It was all up in my face, and I didn't even notice it. Or I was so complicit or so great with it. Now my eyes ain't fully open. I still got a long way to go, very long way to go. Still battling myself, and it was every single step I take, every single step I take. This flesh, this person, this body just be fighting me. Woo. And I'm working on. That's also part of why I'm doing this cleansing or fast or whatever. Because also gotta fight that temptation because food got a hold on me. It got me in a chokehold, like, and it really do got me in a chokehold. Food be making me happy when I eat it, and I need to stop. Like, yeah, I didn't get blind for no reason. But yeah, so I'm working on like fighting it. It'd be like I didn't even realize how much the food had a hold of me. Like how much it even affect my emotions. Like I never thought I was like an emotional eater. I used to eat when I was younger. I noticed that I would eat if I was bored. I'm like, I'm bored. I don't have nothing to do. I'll go look in the kitchen. What is there to eat? So I always thought I was like a bored eater, but it actually is more than that. Like since going blind, I realized I like to eat to feel, I don't know, I don't want to say happy, joy or something like that. To feel a sense of something, and some nice little warm food. Yep, follow me. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. So my bad. I'm sorry about that one. Yeah, I was just out here like, and I know I shouldn't. I mean, that it just slipped out because you know I thought it was. I'm so sorry. I try not to, but when I just be like talking and stuff, sometimes it just comes out. I apologize. I hope you accept my apology. I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I can't tell them these things. I wish I can tell them these things, or it tells me, so I don't just be assuming anything. I just be assuming. Siri, what time is it? Hey Siri, what time is it? Hey Siri, what time is it? Okay. I wish this thing updated me on comments like kind of right away when it happens instead of just I have to skim through. I need to find out what software or something that'll help me with that because if you guys can find a software or know of a software like that or what other people use, but none of them are voiceover friendly. Hold on. I'm trying to see something. Sorry, hold on. I'm just trying to see something on my iPad. Go ahead, leave. If you're new, say hi in the chat. Say hi. Hopefully, somebody got my apology. I'm sorry. I didn't. I, I shouldn't be assuming. You know, when you assume, you make it. You know what they say. Hey, yeah, they have software where it reads the comments out loud as they come in, but it's not voiceover friendly. Like these software needs to. I'm gonna say right now, if any of people make a software voiceover friendly. Make it to where people who use voiceover or any screen reader can navigate it and get it to work. Because a lot of websites need to put that in a little bit more. And TikTok too. Because TikTok, you're outrageous. They got a little bit like where you can post and stuff, but when if you want to like add an audio or something on a video on TikTok, that little check mark that was like up in the little corner above the sound box or whatever where you edit the volume and the sound, that little check mark does not register. Voiceover does not read it at all. It's like it's not there. I only know it's there because I used to use TikTok when I could see. And so, and then other people were like, oh yeah, it's right there, or something like that. And they're able to just go ahead and click it. I'm like, oh. Or whenever anything for me, I'm like, oh, can you type this out or upload this or do this or whatever or this? And then they do it, takes them 2 seconds. And I'm like, oh, they're right here. And I'm like, you're done already? I'm so used to it taking like a year and a half to do anything. People, they hear voiceover on my iPad. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so annoying. How do you stand it? I'm like, well, I kind of need to, you know? I really didn't like it in the beginning. It can be annoying still, but in the beginning, coming from not needing it, it was a steep learning curve, but it also was so annoying. Having to go through everything and listen to everything just to get to a button. Like it gets so annoying that it really makes me appreciate what I had before. Like things you take for granted, you really don't realize what you're taking for granted. Like even to need a washer and dryer, like you get the washer and dryers where like the knob just turns endlessly, or like this keyboard, the knob, it turns endlessly. It doesn't have a stopping point, so I can't really count to be like, oh, I know the first turn is settings, second turn is Bluetooth 1, third, like that, and then like, oh, it stopped. Now we go back that way. If it's an endless knob, I hate it. And a lot of washer and dryers have an endless knob where it just turn, and then it doesn't even have like a little slight like point where you can know that, oh, this is where the arrow is. If you stop on this part, this is what, you don't even know that. So I got, when I stayed in my other house before I ended up having to come here, I had, me and my mom, we went and brought a washer and dryer specifically so I can be able to use it by myself. And so when I came here, my sister doesn't have that, and I would need someone to help me with my laundry or whatever to even start it and make sure it's on the right settings. So that can be annoying. What other things are annoying now that I didn't even think about for blind people having to use before I was blind myself? I already mentioned the screen thing about using there's a Mac Mini where you don't have to use a monitor with it, and I'm like, who uses? Because when I was looking up how to use VoiceOver and tutorials, and they were like, oh, there's a Mac Mini where you don't need to look up the monitor, and I'm like, why wouldn't you have a monitor? Like I understood, like logically, if you're blind, you really don't need a screen. Matter of fact, my screen of my MacBook, it gets in my way. I'm like, I wish it didn't have this screen because it just makes it heavy and just, but I am glad I have a screen for it because if I need help on it or something, somebody can come look at it. But yeah, I just couldn't fathom not having a screen, just even though you can't see it. It took me a minute to really just get that, like, why is that a thing? Hold on. I'm trying to see if I got any other comments. I'm glad you have my apologies, Amani. I would create the software, but like, isn't that like coding and all that stuff? I don't know any coding. I mean, I guess I could learn. There's plenty of blind people coding and doing all that stuff. and creating an app. I don't even know the first thing about creating like a software or app or anything like that. Although I think software and how all that stuff works is really fascinating. Coding and stuff. I used to want to learn coding. I used to want to learn how to put together computers. I like doing hands stuff, like hands-on projects and stuff like that. That's how I learn hands-on, learning by mistakes and failure and stuff. I didn't know it was a thing that people, or I didn't know it was such a big thing that people are afraid of failure. I didn't know that was a really big thing. I've never really had that issue. I'm more of like, let's jump in and do it, and I'll just learn as I go. Oh, I made that mistake. Now I know what not to do. Sometimes I have to make that mistake 2, 3 times, and I learn not what to do because I might try to flip it and see how I can turn it this way. Well, if I did it this way, let's fix one little piece of it and see how it works this way. Oh, nope, okay. And then I'm like, okay, well, that's just completely not gonna work. But I just jump in and do it. Now, my issue, my fault is finishing. Finisher, like finishing things, I can get bored with it or like over it, and then I let it sit for a few months, and then I might come back and do it again, like continue and stuff like that. So that's my thing, finishing. So that's why it's a big thing that I want to make sure I finish my face now. Like within a year, I don't want to just linger, like, oh, just leave it. I need to finish it. Finish the book and feel like really accomplished for finishing that task, that long term task. It's not easy, but yeah, hopefully, you know, text. Yeah, so I don't. I laugh in the face of failure. What is it? There's a saying like, fail forward. I have a we got fail forward. I think I heard that from my sister. Where you just fail and you go forward. You keep pushing. You keep moving. You fall down. You get back up again. You keep going. It's a very, very long, 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 tedious journey. And I'm not just talking about with my writing or any obstacle or any goal you have. I'm also talking in the sense of God too. Like that journey is a long, tedious journey for yourself, for self work, self reflection, self doing, and all those things. It's a long, long journey. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Show yourself some grace. As long as you get up and keep going, keep pushing, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna get through it. Keep going. Because this is just a temporary thing. You may feel like this right now, but this too shall pass. It will pass. Like when I first started going blind. Hold on, let me stop this thing real quick. Hold on. Okay, so yeah. So when I first started going blind, which I've been saying a lot on this channel, this is the reason why I even started the channel. This is the reason why I even started my channel anyway, because yeah, because when I was going blind, I was just so in the darkness. It wasn't even funny. And I've mentioned it before that I had thought of like there was a bus passing by, and I just wanted to jump in front of it. I was like, what? And that was the closest. That's the scariest thought I've ever had. I never had unenlivened thoughts before. Nothing like that. Nothing serious. Maybe some people like, I wish I just would never existed type of thing. Like why didn't that? But never wanted to be like that, or even just jump in front of us. And how like I feel like that was just such a very selfish thing because how traumatized. Like that's a very selfish way to try to like yourself because I didn't think about like the person driving the bus, the people on the bus, the people witnessing, the person that was with me. I didn't do it, but in that moment, you know. But I was like, no, because this will pass. These feelings will pass. It'll get easier. It'll get better. I just know this is a temporary feeling right now that I'm feeling. I will adapt and get used to it, whatever. Also, I did not want to like end up just waking up in hell or anything like that, or end up being a vegetable and trapped in my body. That would have been quite terrible. And so those were some things that scared me away too. So obviously I didn't do it, but that's how dark and pretty got. Like pretty much got. It was just a what I don't even. There was no light. I always try to be an optimistic person, but there was absolutely no light, no hope shining on me at that time. Hold on one second. Yeah, no light at the end of that tunnel going blind, and I was just so depressed and just so. I never really felt lonely before, and I was just so lonely, so upset. I was angry. Like, I was angry at myself, and sometimes I was a little angry with God because I'm like, God, what is this? Why is this? Why is this happening? Even though I know I was more angry with myself though, even though my I would express it to God and stuff like that. Although I will should just like speaking to God and your frustrations out loud, crying, all that stuff. It really does help. You don't want that stuff to sit in you and like fester and just gets worse and stuff. Like you gotta let that out. I would tell anybody, go in your closet, go in your whatever, and you cry and you yell and you do whatever you gotta do to let that out. Cause if you let it in, like just like you gotta do that emotional purge. Like if you just let it sit, it's just like if you eat. Okay, if you never release that stuff from your bowels and it just kind of festers and you get sick, you gotta do the emotional release too. Like let it out, don't hold it in, don't hold back, and just say everything you need to say. And I say the best person to give it to is God, because He can take that, He can handle it. Sometimes if you give it to another person might not be able to handle it because not only they probably don't want to hear, but when you're listening to people vent or all that stuff, that kind of comes into them too. So you gotta kind of be mindful of who you're releasing that to. God can handle it. So I was like, God, this, and I feel better, and so. But at that time, I was so over everything. Oh my gosh, I was so over everything. Like I didn't think anything would get better. My life is still not that great. Like as y'all know, I got kicked out of my house and I don't know, sisters, with no place really to go, we can't be here for like ever. Um, Actually, I wonder how much longer we're able to. I gotta double check that, but yeah, I am pure, or I ain't got no money in the bank. I'm blind and deaf, and I'm like here. Like I said, don't have a place anymore because of some BS, and I'm not as in the trenches as I was when I first was going blind. Like I still have some hope and all that stuff. I'm not like dark. I have a bit more understanding and all that stuff than I did then. But stuff will still come in waves and stuff, or something something happens. Obviously, I'm gonna be upset about it and stuff like that. But I can adapt. I'm an adapter. I can adapt to things, even though. Hold on. But hold on. Oop, hold on. I messed up something. Thank you, Samani. Yeah, God, God's been with me. I just gotta, sometimes people don't talk. I mean, got where he's at and stuff. That's why, like I said, being blind brought me closer to God. And that's why I see it as a blessing because I got closer and I have more understanding and things like that. So I'm not in that dark of a place anymore. Much better now. And even though I might, more things may happen in the future that I'm not really looking forward to, but I know things, will get better. I'm more equipped to handle it. Like that's why I ended up switching. I used to like, God, please just make it stop. Please don't just leave me at this amount of blindness. Like Don't make me any more blind than I am. Like, this is, just leave it here, and it'll get worse and worse and worse. Eventually, I can't see anything at all. And so I was like, please, please. But eventually, I stopped asking God to take me out of what I was going through and asked Him to make me stronger, make me be able to handle what I have to do, or be able to do what I need to do, even though I'm going through this or whatever, like to make me stronger and handle it and stuff like that. So I don't, it's my experience and suffering and all those things. People are like, oh, God wants you to, but you gotta switch the way we look at it, switch out the lenses, the way that we look at it, and how, because God really talks to you in those moments, because that's when you more than likely more ready to listen to Him than with all that other noise. You can't hear Him with all those other distractions. And I was put in a place where I had no distraction. It was, not only did I not see anything, it's silent, it's dark, and God was the only thing I can see and hear. Hi, Kurt. Hi, Kurt. How are you? But those are some of my lessons that I've been going through and still going through. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about my heart too. I learned a lot about my heart. People, if there's people say things, if you would ask someone about me, I don't think I'd be like, oh, she's evil or anything like that. Which I'm not. I don't think I am. Or like she's so greedy or anything like that. But in my heart, when you really look into there and really see, because it can be subtle. These lies that we talk about, these ways, it can be real subtle that you don't even know or understand. But I'm gonna tell you something. This was about a couple years ago, like maybe 2 years ago. I was listening because I gotta listen to. I was listening to the scriptures, and I don't remember what scriptures I was. No, no. Do I remember what scripture? Okay, no. I think I was listening to. Was it? Is it in Chronicles? Kings? Is it Kings? I don't know. The one with Solomon, and where he's asking for when he's asking for wisdom to be able to rule his kingdom, and with the wisdom, excuse me, with the wisdom he gained some riches or whatever, as you know, to be able to rule his kingdom and stuff. And I was like, oh God, I'm gonna be like, I want some wisdom. I wasn't really wanting no wisdom like that for real, but I was like, I want the riches because I'm out here with no money. I'm like, I don't know what my future looks like. I'm scared. Like my mind starts going and going and going and starts thinking of things, you know. And so I'm like, I need some money. Like, and so I'm like, God, can I have? I'm really like appalled at myself, but I was like as if I can trick it now. I didn't think. I wasn't actively thinking like, oh, I'm trying to be trickery. I was just like, oh, if I ask for some wisdom, I'm gonna get some wisdom. Da, 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 da. I'm just a mess. But I mean, I knew Richard was gonna come with that, and so one day I was, speaking with God, and it was brought to my attention. Like I just brought, like, it came to my attention that I really was just out here asking for wisdom because I want some riches. Now I didn't really care for wisdom. Now I will wisdom more than I do riches now. Like, and that's just a genuine thing. I like get wisdom is so much more. Wisdom and understanding is so much more important than any amount of money. You can't buy that. And so it's just what comes with how you got to give wisdom can be a little daunting, but wisdom, understanding, I take that over some money any day. It's so valuable. But I was just telling you what my heart was that I God brought that to my attention. What was really in my heart. It wasn't that innocent. My heart wasn't that innocent like I want to believe. What? Hey Siri, what's the weather? It seems kind of dark. Hey Siri, what's the weather? I guess it's not dark. I guess it's sunny. Is it bright? It feels like it's dark. Maybe because I got the blinds closed. Oh, I reached 10 likes. I think that's enough for now then. I reached those 10 likes. NX4UX. Hi. Hi, how are you? If I'm missing any comments, I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch all the comments. I gotta listen for them. Thank you for the rose. I'm a little bit tired. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I appreciate you guys for joining me and commenting and having a conversation with me and for liking. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I don't really have a set like time or schedule where I go live and stuff. I'm probably gonna try to set one. I usually just if I'm gonna go feel like going live that day. I usually let you guys know the day of, like that morning, at least a few hours beforehand. Usually I aim for around 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern in the U.S. So I don't know what other countries and continents you're at in your time zone, but yeah, that's usually the time for that I usually do it. Um, if you guys have any comments or questions you want to ask, go ahead and let me know now, because I'm probably gonna go ahead and get off soon. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and get off soon and stuff. But if you guys, like I said, if you guys like me, like rocking with me, go ahead and subscribe, like my video. Thank you for commenting. It lets YouTube know that you guys like me. You like me, you like me, you really, really like me. And like I said, I'll probably start a new YouTube for my writing, so I can, um, just for the people who want to follow that journey. I will still update my writing on this channel as well, just not as often. I will do it more so on them, but I'll still keep you updated on how my writing book is going, my series, my journey to self-publishing. But yeah, I think I'm going to dedicate a channel to that, so it can just be strictly about my writing for those who want to follow that and all that stuff, and people who are into writing and that type of content. So I really like. Only thing is, I can't do live on that. I have to just record and upload. But I really like doing like I said, it helps me stay on track. 22, 21. A little late there. What is it like? What's like almost 12 hours ahead? I'm not that great at it. Super mental math. So what is it? They're like 10, 22 or something? So it's not 12 hours ahead. It's more like, what time is it right now? More like 10 hours ahead, I think. 9, 10 hours? Hold on, I'm trying to see the time. Oh, it's later than I was expecting it to be. I thought it was, I don't know why I thought the time was earlier. Yeah, about 9 hours ahead, I think you are. So if you're 9 hours ahead, and I did it at 12, so that'll be like 9 p.m. your time, the morning in South Africa, whatever time zone. How many different time zones are in South Africa? I think there's like 3 different time zones in the United States. Pacific, Mountain. Is it 3 or 4 different time zones in America? So yes, because I know there's Eastern, Pacific, and then Central and Mountain Time. Those are different, right? They're not the same one. Yeah, I think there's 4. If I'm wrong, correct me. Yeah, yeah, 9 hours ahead. All right, so if anybody else got any comments or questions, go ahead and let me know before I go ahead and go. Before I go. I was listening to a book before I came on today. I was almost, well, I was kind of late when I started, but that wasn't because I was into the book, but although I was really into the book. What is it called? It's called Then She Was Gone by, I forget the author, but I was into it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a sad book. So I'll probably go and listen to that book when I get off. Also, oh, I guess I want to, there was, or maybe I'll finish. Do you guys watch One Piece? It's an anime, and that was actually my favorite anime. I don't really watch anime too much anymore, but One Piece was one of my favorite. One Piece, Naruto, and One Punch Man. I really liked all those things, but One Piece was my favorite. Although I never finished it after the Cake Island arc, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I think I made it to the Samurai Island one, but I never finished it, and I found out recently that arc is so long. How many episodes did it say that? I don't know. It was a lot of episodes, but it took them 4 years to make it or to finish it. And so I just recently learned that there's a live action on Netflix of it, and I was watching it, and so I might go for. People wonder like, how do you watch TV? How do you do voiceover? Not voiceover, audio description. If it doesn't have an audio description, more than likely I can't watch it, and that'd be so sad. I've missed out on so many different like shows and movies. It's so sad. Although I don't really watch too much television anymore. I don't know if that's because I'm blind and I don't really have an option, or just because I just don't. But yeah, if you don't have audio description where it describes what's going on in the scene and who's doing what, and if it ain't in English, then I can't watch it. I'll sometimes watch something that's in English, and especially if it's something that I already seen before, or I know what the character look like, or get an idea, have an idea of what it looks like. I could probably watch it, but sometimes it's annoying because it'd be like a long silence, or they're just doing all kinds of things that don't require them to speak, and I'm like, what is happening right now? Zaman, how old do you think I am? First off, I'm gonna ask you, how old do you think I am? How old do I look? 'Cause I really don't know what I look like anymore. How old do I look? How old do you think I am? And be for real. Be for real. How old do you think I am? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I wish I could, like, my nails need to be done. Even though I can't see them, I did like getting my nails done. I did. But when you ain't got no dough, you can't go to the store and get your nails done. Not anymore. Let's see. 24? You think I'm 24 years old? I'm actually, I'm actually almost a decade older than that. I'm 33. I know. I'm old. I'm of the older crowd variety. I'm getting up there in age, okay? I'm trying to see. Yeah. Okay. Not quite, but okay. I always look younger than I am. I remember when I was around 2021, and I guess I looked like a super baby then. I probably looked 12, and I would go to the store, like went to like a Walmart or something. Yeah, it was Walmart, and I remember there was like a woman in front of me, and the cashier girl, and she was checking them out, and they was talking about something, and I think they was talking about the girl's age or something. I wasn't really paying no attention. I was just like, oh. As they and the girl was acting all shocked or whatever. So, and then I went next, and I was like, yeah, she was like, she said, she said, isn't it a little too late? It was around like 9 or 10 p.m. She was like, isn't it a little late? Where's your like for you to be out here by yourself? Where's your mommy or whatever? I'm like, I'm 21, and she was like, oh my gosh, and I guess she was 18. She's much taller than me and everything. She was 18. She's yelling to the cashier behind me, oh my gosh, everybody looks so young. They older than me, and I'm just standing there like, okay, can we get this going? Because I did not like people telling me, like, mistaking me for a child, like, all the time. And because I'm short, too. I'm only 5 feet, so that didn't help. And so I remember another time going to, probably around the same time, going to the store, and the lady is like, where's mom at in the car? I would just say yes. My sister, I went with my sister. My sister was in the car while I went in. And she was like, where's your mommy? Is she in the car? I was just like, yes. I just checked out and left. Because I'm not even going to fight it. I look 24 years old. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah. I've always been told I look much younger um, than I actually am. That's almost, well, that's probably about on par with people used to say when I was 21, thought I was like 12. Now I'm 33. I guess I look like my 20s. People, yeah, they think or people mistake me for being like, they're like kids or anything. They mistake me for being like around their age. They're like, would you want to play with me? I'm like, I'm a grown woman, child. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't play. Yeah, I think that's probably why children like me so much because I just look like I belong with them, or teenagers, or young adults. And really, I'm not a young adult. Well, at 33 is still young. I know I said I'm old, but that's still young. 33 is not really old. Really? Yeah, I get told that a lot. People are always shocked. Well, a lot of my family members, like my siblings, they all look young too. They say black don't crack, and they ain't cracking over here. But yeah, they all look young too. They get mistaken for as teenagers or all that stuff too, all the time, all the time. Like, I guess we got some youthful genes. I know when my sisters were pregnant and stuff, and people always stop them like, oh, thinking they're teen moms or something, or be like, you're so young to be having a child, and they're like 22 years old. And I know they didn't appreciate that at all. And people were like, oh, you're so young, or don't you? And like, I am well into my 20s. I'm old enough to have a child. Who are you? 30, 33 is when what happened? When you start looking old? When it start cracking? I'm Black Mateo. Stop playing with me. You're 31? Ooh, ooh. I'm a little older than you though. I'm like a senior citizen. Oh my gosh, I was talking to my niece and she I was talking to my niece and she was 21 at the time. She's like 22 or something now. But she was 21. She just turned 21. And she said she's a grandma. I was like, you're a grandma? I'm like, if you're a grandma, what am I? I guess I'm aged. Like, when you hit those 20s, 25, you are so old. These children, like, it just makes me think back to when I was a child, and I was like, was 21 old to me? I'm like, oh my God, you're a grandma. I'm trying to see, like, when I was a kid, did I think that was old to me? I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, when I was 11, I can't wait till I was 18. I'm 18, I'm about to move out, I'm gonna do all of this, I'm gonna have a job, I'm gonna have a car I can drive, I'm gonna have my own place, and I'm gonna get out of here and nobody can tell me nothing, and I'm gonna get whoopings anymore. It didn't happen like that though. Jesus. Yeah, it really don't. Yeah, time is an illusion. You're right. I see I got some more people. I was about to leave, but go ahead and leave some comments. Drop some comments or any questions if you got anything before I hobble my way on out. But if y'all got something y'all want to talk about, we can talk about it. Yeah, he he was crucified so young. I know when I listened to the Revelations, not Revelations, the New Testament, um, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, his crucifixions. Anyways, when he was crucified, and I never like, I was so sad. I was like, that is so sad. I did tear up with it. I did not like that. I've read it before. I know what happened and stuff. But I was like listening to it, and I was really like paying attention to the scriptures and what I was and getting into it after replying and stuff. I was sad, but I was like, that is I mean, I know it happened for a reason. It had to happen, but it was like, that's so messed up. Yeah. Become as children and not thinking and overthinking. Because when you're a child, you'll, you're not so filled up with everything, right? You can listen and obey. Versus when you're older, an adult, and you feel like you know everything already, you don't gotta listen to nothing. Nobody can tell me nothing. I know everything. Or you learn some stuff and you gotta unlearn those things. So we gotta become like children again. Hey Siri, what is time? What's the time? Oh, I can stay on a few more minutes and then I'm gonna go. So if there's anything else you guys want to say or talk about, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get it popping. I'm trying to see how to. Depends on what kindergarten class and who's in that kindergarten class. Because 5 years, 5, 6 years, depending on who got to them, they might care. They might care. But it's when I mention the race and stuff. Do you have something against like races or the differences? I don't really have a problem with like, oh, I'm black, this person's white. You know, it's just that's just my color, my heritage, my culture is different from this person's. Now they just say black or whatever to, you know, I guess generalize a certain group because there's different races or different nationality, different ethnicities between. I mean, within like black, but initially when you think of black, you think of Black Americans or or just Africans as well, and so, or just someone of the African descent in any country or continent or whatever. It's when you mention it, it's not something wrong with that. People take it and you know, oh, and that's fine however they want to do it. I'm trying to see how so I can explain this better. I'm not articulating my words that well, but I don't see being black is a bad thing or white is a bad thing. Or just there's just a difference. There is when you look at me and look at someone that's not there's a difference. Not just the color, but the way our hair is, or the way our features are, or the way we speak, because where we grew up at. Now, someone might, you know, a black person can grow up in a predominantly white neighborhood and speak like them, or whatever. But there's still some key differences, or even just your blood and where you come from. There's a difference. The thing is, people gotta learn how to accept the difference and be okay with it. And people have different. Hold on, I'm trying to get back to the comments. Hold on, I'm trying to see the comments. Okay. I've not been. Hold on. Yeah. I'm not saying anyone changes or don't do all those things. I'm just saying to acknowledge one, to like, oh, I don't, to deny who they are, what they look like, doesn't mean you accept them. It's just you're denying, like, oh, I choose not to see it. It's just, I accept, everything, even the color of the person's skin, the way their hair is naturally grown, however they want to manipulate it, all the cultures, whatever. We all got our differences, and we're all, you know, then there's, our creator. So that's the only thing that really matters is God and who is for him, and, our their hearts, change their hearts for him to be, a child of God and stuff like that. Also for Zamani, I don't know when I'll be. I'll either be on, what's today? Is tomorrow Wednesday? I think tomorrow's Wednesday. Either Wednesday or Thursday, I'll probably be back on live. Not tomorrow, but probably Thursday. Sometimes I might do it tomorrow. I really don't know. I usually, if you subscribe, I usually make a post on the day of that I'm gonna go live. Usually a few hours beforehand. I did try to do a few like earlier this morning to let people know, but I guess it didn't go through, and I had to redo it. But yeah, I try to let people know beforehand I go live so they can know. But if I don't go on tomorrow, then it'll probably be Thursday around the same time, which would be like what, 9 p.m. your time. Oh, I also know I have not been to Africa. That's for Mateo. Uh, you never seen a black person, like an actual black colored person? I have. And an actual white colored person too. Yellow, I don't really hear yellow. I know the Asian people say yellow. They're more like on par with white people's skin or dark skin, cause they got dark skin too, and they got light white up to the white skin too, like white people. So they got different variations. But like I said, when you usually say black people, it usually just refers to a certain people. Like to generalize a certain, like a darker, and then white to generalize the Caucasian people, and then others just go by their nationality instead of saying black or white. They say Indian or Korean or Japanese or. But the ones where it got more than one, usually they're just divided between black and white. Yeah. Have I seen a black, white, or yellow crayon? I certainly have. And there's also some people that are the color of black, and some people that are the color of bluish black, purplish black, white, albinos, or you see white, an albino person, and their hair is all white, and their skin is all white, like pure white, or even just albino white people where they're actually pure white. And then there's dark black, or dark black, dark skinned black people who are actually the color of black, and it can all be beautiful. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a yellow person. An albino person is white. Not they can be any race, but sometimes we try to race as black. They can be any color. Or albinos can be any nationality, race. but their skin is pure white. But generally, when you just say, "Oh, that's a white person," it's speaking of Caucasians, as we all know, and black as of any descendants of Africa, wherever they may be, whatever nationality they are. Although some may say, like, or they use person of color these days, like person of color to refer to anyone who's not Caucasian. So if you're Asian, or if you're African American, or African, or Indian, which is Asian, or Mexican, or whatever, they're all person of color now. POC. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, what time is it? Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go. Excuse me. Hold on, let me stop this. Let me see if I got any other comments real quick. Um, I have. I've seen a white person and a black person. And what do you identify? Like, what is your race or nationality, Mateo? I mean, I know you're not black or white, but what's your nationality? Where do you come from? I know you come from everywhere, but what is your nationality or your ethnicity? You don't have to say your nationality, but what's your ethnicity? Yeah. I know you're from everywhere. If it's saying everywhere and everywhere, I'm like, is that what an N? I'm pretty sure, but every time voiceover says it, it sounds like it's saying what it is. You're a Jew? Are you a Jew in the sense of biologically, or in the sense of you following? Because you can say Jew, and that can mean so many different things right now. Because there's so many different ways. Um, oh yeah, Jew, what a Jew is, and we're not all Jews. Just thank you, Zamani. I'm trying to say. You can either be, because that's just like saying everyone is a child of God. But in the scriptures, in the New Testament, where we're speaking of being a child of God, it's those who do or follow God, do the will of God, and what He wants, and you change your heart. You can be, that's the child of God. Not everyone is a child of God. Not everyone follows or even wants to follow Christ and get to the Most High God. So it's either you can be biologically a Jew, or but what we or an actual like follower. Some in the sense of where you can be descendants of the Jew people, or you can be a Jew in the sense of you're following God and what He wants. And not everyone, just because we're here on Earth, doesn't mean everyone is doing that, wants that. So not everyone is a Jew. Not everyone is God's people. I don't follow the Ten Commandments to the T, but you definitely gotta try and strive, and we gotta change it in our hearts. Not just following the Ten Commandments, we actually have to have that in our hearts. But I'm gonna have to go soon, Mateo. But I will be back on Thursday probably. Thank you, Money. Have a nice night. I gotta go soon too. I'll see you Thursday. See you Thursday, Zamani. Same time, be there. Yeah. I don't plan to be a Jew, Mateo, but I am striving to be, I got changing my heart and all those things with God and working on that and stuff like that. So, but I have to go now, Mateo. I had a nice time speaking to you. Hopefully I'll see you Thursday. I just said, yeah. So come back here Thursday and we can talk about this some more. Let me see if you got. I don't want to ignore any comments you have. Hold on, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to hear any comments. Hold on. Oh yes, Jesus is a Jew. I am striving to follow him. I'm not gonna say I follow him completely like I am perfect at it or whatever. But yes, I do believe in following Jesus, and I know he's a Jew. Yeah. I think it says I only have one watcher now, so I'm guessing Mateo left. You didn't even say bye, Mateo. In case you're still there and it's just not telling me. In case you're still there, I'll see you Thursday, Mateo. It didn't even tell me you left. But yeah, I appreciate you talking with me and commenting with me. I'm gonna go ahead and go. You have to watch me struggle with this. I'm trying to. Did I turn it on? Yeah, I turned it on. I'm trying to turn the speech on. It is nothing. Hold on, let me see. Alright, this isn't working, so I'm gonna have to. Oh, there.
Speech on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117,
Cancel. End. Button.